Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Rusty Nelson and welcome down in the Villages here. This is just a quick news update, kind of things that are going on and nothing fancy. So I'm just going to throw this together. Let me know what you think about it. Make sure you subscribe and like and all that kind of stuff. And whatever you do when you subscribe, hit that bell that says all up top. And that'll make sure when you get back here on YouTube, you get to see some of these things and I'll let you know about them because these are kind of timely. But I'm going to run through a bunch of stuff really quick. First thing I want to do, a guy that I met out playing pickleball. Of course, I'll only take a second here, but kind of a unique story. And here's this one real quick. Another day out playing pickleball and meet somebody that's got kind of a fun story. I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Hey.
And go ahead.
Mike Ford. Shout out to my wife, Kimberly.
There you go. Hi, Kimberly.
Yeah, I was telling Rusty, he snaked our house out from under us. We've been trying to get a place in St. Catherine, and we had lot number 8 on Renee that we really wanted. And I even wrote a little computer script for our agent that would help him secure it. Sure enough, I look and we show up second. And then next thing you know, Rusty's putting out a video. Got my house. I'm like, oh, that was the one we had.
Anyway, but what village are you in now?
We're in Citrus Grove now.
Citrus Grove?
Citrus Grove, Danielson Loop.
Yeah.
Good group.
So, yeah. And what football team?
Football Saints.
Oh, seems a little still confused, but everybody knows who I'm rooting for. Go Birds.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was great meeting you. We've played together a couple of times. Really good pickleball player. And maybe we'll get to play together here again. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye. Next thing I want to do is just give you a quick update. I shot this yesterday afternoon, and this is actually the fire hydrant episode. If you haven't seen it, here's just a quick shot of the day it happened when somebody ran over the fire hydrant and kind of clogged up the whole traffic area down there by Ezell. And then I went over and shot this the other day. So they are moving along on this pretty quick. And I can imagine this should be done. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not laying this stuff down by the end of this week. It's October 11th right now. They should have this cleared up pretty quick. It's amazing how fast they dug this out and put it back together. Next thing, let's move on to SANTACON. Yeah, SANTACON is still on. If you haven't signed up, sign up for that on Facebook. I'll put the link down below. And that's going to be December 9th, rain or shine. We will have more videos on this very soon. We have it so you can't post on there, so there's not people asking constant questions. Once the SANTACON comes off, we'll open it up for people to post their pictures and everything else. But once again, keep that together for December 9th. Make sure your schedule's open and decorate your golf carts and dress up as Santa, and we're going to go travel around the villages. Also, special guests, and I'm sure you've seen them, the Blues Brothers are going to be coming thanks to the Villages, and we're really excited about that. Next up is, I just want to let you know this coming Sunday, so this is October 11th right now, and last year I did a video kind of around this time on Medicare, and it was a 2-part video and it was kind of a really big hit. Went through a lot of stuff on Medicare. I want to let you know Crystal's going to come back and answer a bunch of questions and straighten some things, not straighten things out, but people were a little confused about stuff. We're going to cover for people that are turning 65, some answers that she may have for them, things you want to think about when you're coming into this sign-up period. And I want to cover, because there's been a lot of confusion, the difference between Medicare and an Advantage plan and how you can tell when you're on that. So that should be coming out this Sunday. It's a normal one about 10 o'clock. Let's see, what else haven't we talked about? So let's talk about this thing right here, the HVAC and what you may need to be thinking about your heating and air conditioning going into the winter months. Here we go. Now, you may be looking at this wondering exactly what this is. And this is a page that is in the manual that's given to you, the owner's manual, that's buried in the back of the installation instructions for your HVAC unit. And a lot of people don't know this, but some people have had a problem with this. and maybe save you a little time or money in here. But take a look at these notes down here. Do not operate below 55 degrees in cooling mode. So what that's saying is that it really doesn't like to be used when the ambient temperature outside is below 55 degrees. Now, this is just in the cooling side of the unit. But I actually called Munns, and they were not, oops, there's a beeper. Munns, and the service manager actually called me back to help explain some of this, so I'm going to relay exactly what they told me. Generally, in the villages, you don't have a big problem with the 55 degrees in the cooling side, but where there is a problem sometime is where it says do not operate above 66 degrees in heating mode. Your outdoor unit is not designed to operate in the heating mode when outdoor temperatures are above 66 degrees. You can safely operate the system above 66 degrees on emergency or auxiliary heat. Now, let me explain a little bit what this means and what I was told by the service manager. Where the problem comes in is when, you know, as we get older, sometimes we like keeping that heat up a little high, and what happens is when you start getting up at, like, say, after a cold, long night, you end up wanting, even though it's maybe like 70 degrees out, 75 degrees out, it still feels chilly in the house, and you want to turn up the heat, and some people like to bang it up to 80 degrees even sometimes. Well, what happens is it's not really designed, the heater, to work in that 70-some degree weather, and what happens is it starts to overpressurize a little bit, and there's a valve in there, and what it does is it'll start cycling it on and off, and on and off, and on and off. So you end up with this problem, and they end up getting calls about this. But what you can do is just try turning your heat down a little bit and see whether that helps out at all. And realize that once you get above this 66 degrees, that sometimes you may have this cycling problem. What the heat side of the heat pump side of that is trying to do is protect itself from overpressurizing in the system, and that's about all. But anyway, that's something to be aware about. Most people don't know about that. Let me see if there's anything else I forgot. Yep, I knew there was something I forgot about. I just want to tell you about a couple of things that are happening. This would be, let's see, the 15th or so, Artists Around the Square, and that is in Brownwood from 1 to 4, so that's kind of cool. A lot of the artists from the Visual Arts Association, or Villages Arts Association, Visual Arts Association, have a lot of their art stuff, so there's a lot of local type people out there. And then also, there is a Pickleball Expo on October 16th, and I believe, let me see, that's at Rohan, so that's October 16th, so those are the two things. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks a lot for joining me. I just make these really quick, kind of down and dirty, but hopefully they help you out on a lot of things. Anyway, if I don't see you back here on YouTube, if you subscribe and ring that upper bell for all, I will see you around the villages. Thanks a lot for joining me, and you have a wonderful week.